Wednesday, November 26th, heading into Thanksgiving. We've got fog to talk about, dense fog advisories along the coast. We've got a weekend around the corner. It's a holiday for many. This fog plays into it. Dense fog advisories have been in place for a while. They're going to stay in place. They're making snow in the mountains. And so as they make snow, they're getting ready to open up those ski resorts. Mammoth open already. We showed you those pictures yesterday. We'll show you some more pictures today. We'll look at a new live camera we haven't seen before, which I think you'll like. It sort of picks out parts of the state that aren't easy to identify or easy to find. And then how Glendale got its name. Lots of other stuff too. I'm going to tell a few stories along the way, but how Glendale got its name, which is pretty interesting. And if you like daily updates, weather updates, and just kind of cool California facts, subscribe. I do something every day, and it's always the weather forecast, but things around it, like California culture, California history, surfing, mountain biking, skiing, weather dynamics, you name it, we do it. Okay, so here's the visible satellite. Hope you're having a good morning. Hope there's family in town. Hope you're getting apple pie. My wife's making apple pies today, so I'm pretty stoked because the way the house smells, right? This is the valley fog. You can see that there. We'll come into the live camera from Mammoth. This is this morning. Mammoth kind of warm right now, about 40 degrees, but they're not open yet, but the chairs are running. And the gondola is running, and it looks good. I'm going to leave this camera for just a tenth of a second. Mammoth today will probably get into the low 50s, so it's not really all that cold. It's cold enough to make snow up high. Lake Tahoe is pretty cold. Lake Tahoe is about 26 degrees this morning, and it's just beautiful to see all that snow so early in the season. The big story nationwide is the travel, right? This is what's happened, obviously, Thanksgiving, but the big deal here is this swirly-whirly here, this low-pressure center that's creating big wind, big warnings, watches, and advisories, flight delays, Chicago flight delays, big hub, right? So once Chicago backs up, then Dallas backs up, and that can even back up California and Los Angeles and San Francisco when one of the hubs goes. So this is a lot of lake effect snow, and they're getting it. I mean, if you've seen any of the pictures on the Weather Channel today, it's just going off. Lake effect snow, you're basically blowing really cold air over a warmer water, over a lake, and that cold air just sucks up the snow. So it creates a really highly localized, heavy snow event, usually on the downwind side of this stuff. So this is the area to watch out for. That's the current radar. This is the current satellite. Let me bring it into focus here. This is our weather, and you can see right away, let me fix this in, you can see right away why the fog is here, right? So there's a ridge of high pressure, jet stream. We do weather dynamics here too, which I sort of like, right? So we're looking at that, just drew in the jet stream. This is a low here. 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 There's a lot of energy out in the Pacific. And with that, we're seeing some of the swell increase as well. But in the meantime, we've got this ridge of high pressure that's going to break down. So we often talk about when these things pump up, when the ridge pumps up, the trough digs, so the ridge pumps. Well, it actually starts. Sorry, it actually starts when it digs, and then it pumps it up. And when it pumps it up enough, it allows it to kind of like an oxbow in a river. If you've ever seen a meandering river, these areas will undercut, and when it undercuts, you get weather. And we're going to have an opportunity to sort of get a bit of an undercut. It's going to be an over us undercut, but it's going to break up the fog bank and bring us a change in weather as we get down the road. Now, earlier models were suggesting a significant rain event. This was the day before yesterday, was suggesting a significant rain event potential for next week. And right now, this is second model set of runs that isn't showing that in there. So right now, we may be pretty dry. Mount Shasta, right now, Shasta Valley is going to go 56 degrees. And let's put a loop on it, and just because that's one of our prettier cameras. This is Alert California. These cameras are free from UC San Diego, and they are everywhere. Not all of them are awesome, like this one. It depends on how clean they're keeping the lens, depends what kind of camera they're using. But what we do in the morning here is we go around and do a little tour of the state. I call it California Love. We also do weather snacks at the end, but California Love is what we're doing right now. This is Northeast California, 56 degrees, cool out there. This morning it got down into the 20s up in Northeast California, Alturas and Bernie. And you see the high clouds, but that's all we're going to see for the most part for a while, the higher clouds. This is out towards Crescent City, the river basin here, and you can see the fog in the river basin here, and then Crescent City's out here, and that's the Pacific Ocean. And it's a beautiful day along the coast in Crescent City, Fort Bragg, Point Arena, Shelter Cove, San Francisco. The valley fog, still a thing. San Francisco, the valley fog is going to clear out a lot earlier today. We're going to see a more rapid clearing of the valley fog today. Already are seeing some clearing. So North Coast, now we'll work our way back to the mountainous area. This is the new camera I wanted to show you. There's Mount Shasta right there, obviously. But this is cool because I spent a lot of time up here. This is the Pitt River, right? This is Pitt River Canyon here, this one in the front. And this one in the back is the McCloud River. They're just one ridge apart from each other. And two really awesome rivers, good fly fishing rivers, but also just really kind of a remote part of the state. And just in terms of sheer beauty, McCloud River, you can't beat it. It's all time, especially when you go into Audina down there. And it's good. The fishing's good in there, but it's really beautiful. The old Hearst estate, William Randolph Hearst, I think it was him. Yeah, they built a hunting lodge down there and had orchards, and it's in this kind of cool flattened area in this deep ravine canyon. So just kind of a cool camera, and then it's basically kind of from Bernie or looking across towards Big Bend. This camera is located at Mount Tamalpais. We know it well. We use it a lot in the summer. This is the coastal fog. Well, not coastal fog, pardon me. This is the valley fog trying to get out to the coast. But you can actually see Sutro Tower for the first time in a number of days. There's Sutro Tower, Montera Mountain. San Francisco's right over here. Golden Gate Bridge is right over here. And it's a beautiful day. Beautiful holiday weekend. Hope you got family in town because that's kind of awesome and fun. This is the Fresno camera. This is looking out kind of into the Central Valley. That's sea of fog. Like, this is why I don't know if Fresno even gets sunshine today. It's going to be hard for it to break through. But this is what's been occurring in the Central Valley now for the last couple weeks, right? On and off. And this week it's been pretty prolific, and it will continue, but there will be a breakout here pretty soon. Santa Barbara today is going to go 77. Warm day, nice day in Santa Barbara. This type of pattern really favors the coastal locations. San Diego goes 70 degrees. San Francisco, you go 63 degrees. This is Glendale. Oh, I promised you a story on Glendale, how to get its name. First of all, Glendale, Pixar started in Glendale. Didn't know that. Pixar started there. It was kind of a part of, it wanted to be close to Disney because Disney is headquartered in Glendale. And so that's kind of where Pixar started. It was founded in 1884. It was an area full of glens and dales. I know, not sexy, but Glendale. But there's more to it. I didn't know. You probably know this. Glendale is the largest Armenian population town area in the United States and the largest Armenian settlement outside of Armenia. So that's kind of cool, right? And it's also known, this isn't very sexy either, it's for the Boulevard of Cars. It was a advertising campaign. When we were kids, how they had like the Cal Worthington kind of thing where you'd have there was a street or a road full of car dealerships and you would go there to buy a new car. And the Boulevard of Cars was in Glendale. And I guess if you're my age or older, you probably remember the Boulevard of Cars, which was somehow a thing. A lot of balloons, I imagine. A lot of balloons. Okay. So that's that. This is the frost advisory in Eureka this morning. And you can see temperatures in Hayfork. This is National Weather Service. Chilly Wednesday morning. These are some of the temperatures. 30 degrees in 31 in Hayfork, Orick 41, Crescent City 43 degrees. So that's pretty chilly For Crescent City, it's really chilly actually because you're right down on the water's edge. These are National Weather Service watches and warnings. There is that frost advisory we just were visiting. And then here is the dense fog advisory, right? So, and it extends all the way to Redding. It's going to clear out in Redding pretty quick today as well. And then down towards Fresno, we got dense fog advisory, and they put out the transportation risk. And I told you my story about looking out the door and trying to find the dashed lines. And don't let that be you. Don't let that be you, man. Low headlights help. Well, let's see. I should read through this. Turn on your low beams. Okay. Drive slowly and keep your distance from other vehicles. Yeah, no duh. Consider delaying travel. That's the move. Delay travel go in the afternoons, not in the early mornings, not in the late evenings. Afternoons, like 2 o'clock, best time. It lifts a little bit, and the visibility gets a little bit better. These are the forecast highs for today. Sac 57, Fresno 56, Monterey 68 degrees. Yeah, got a lot going on. Big weekend. Airports. I'm watching. They got the Weather Channel up here, and they show the airports. Right, they're like, okay, you got here we're in like our TSA lines and things like that, and it's kind of fun when you're not traveling. It's tough when you're there, but when you're not traveling, it's kind of fun to watch the travelers because you're like, wow, that's some energy. Highs today look pretty good, but then you see this area here. See all that? Those 50s. Those are the highs. So that's the valley fog. It washes. Chico looks like you're going to clear a little bit with that 60. But from about Sacramento down, you're in that low-lying basin. You're going to stay pretty cool. And then tomorrow, let's see what it does. Should come up maybe a degree or two. Yeah, a little bit. So a little less fog tomorrow. You see Fresno 62. So that indicates that you're going to see a little bit of clearing in the Central Valley. Yeah. And then this is the fog forecast model. This is HRRR. And what we can see is the fog clearly from front to back, from Redding down to Bakersfield. And this is the model. It's not great with fog, but you'll see the general idea. See the north part of the state, see it going away. This is this afternoon. So Chico, you get a little bit of clearing. Redding, you get a lot of clearing. And again, Redding today's going to go 67. So despite the morning fog, you're going to get pretty pleasantly warm. But these low areas are going to hang in with the fog. And as we go further out, you see the clouds come in, and that should help. It's hard to tell if the fog's with the clouds. We can't tell if the fog's there or not. There'll still be some valley fog. It just shouldn't be that aggressive. It was sticky, man. The last few days, the valley fog has been sticky. Here's the ridge of high pressure, and I'm not going to draw it in because you see it. And then there's this area, that area was going to do something, but see how far north it stays on Thursday, Friday. And there's energy, but yeah, it just misses us. And then big ridge pops in. So this pattern, as of now, this is a retrograding low. That's interesting. That December 4th looks like our best chance. So when we look at and you can see this big ridge of high pressure now. So, and it cuts off. Ooh, that's nasty. And then, ooh, that's nasty if that happens. So check it out. See this low right here? So it won't happen, but if it did, so it's full of cold air because look where it came from, right? Remember the personality thing came from the far north up here. We're watching this guy here, and it drops down here. And if you look at it, comes down. That's cold air, cold air, cold air, dry, dry, dry. Backs up out over the Pacific. A lot of cold air. It's kind of like that lake effect thing, right? Where cold air blowing over warmer water picks up a lot of moisture. So this thing is going to be like a sponge, hang out there for 2 days, 3 days, 3.5 days, and then kick in. That would be something. That'd be something special if that happened. That's around December 8th. I don't think that's going to happen, though. So what we know right now. Valley fog is going to kind of start to go away. There's some weak systems that go by. Valley fog not going to be as much a thing. There'll be patchy valley fog the next week on and off. But systems going all around us, but nothing coming through us. So kind of steady as she goes in a pretty aggressive ridge of high pressure. So if you've got, like if you're laying concrete or painting a house or whatever, you're solid. You're solid. There's even up in the northern part of the state, I think you're solid. Maybe Alturas, you might see some showers. Here comes the sea level pressure. This is, let's see, this is tomorrow afternoon. Okay, nice day. This is Saturday morning. This is Sunday morning. This is, right, you get the picture. This is, oh my God, I'm just waiting for something now. Inside slider. Let's see where that low comes in. There it is. There it is. Goes backs out. I don't know if this carries through. There it is. And kicks it in. So that's all the way around the 8th. That's that system. I mean, forget it, right? You couldn't pay me to trust this model that far out. Any model, really. But, I mean, some iteration of that will occur. So this is rainfall accumulation. And this is through Saturday. This is through Sunday morning. So, right, we're dry. Oregon, you're not. I should mention you guys a little bit. And then this is, right, so you get the idea. This is through Thursday the 4th. Now let's see what the 8th does. Where's the 8th? Where's the 8th? Here it comes in underneath. See it? That's significant. Okay. If it happened. This is the same map, just showing you nationally and Pacific Northwest. See, they're in a pretty good little flow up there. Okay, so that's sort of the idea on the rainfall. So what did I tell you you didn't know? You didn't know about Glendale, man. You didn't. No one knows that. Or do you? Maybe you do. I didn't know that. I didn't know Pixar started in Glendale. I guess I knew it was an Armenian enclave. Or Glendale, pardon me. Yeah, Glendale. 1884. It was glens, a lot of glens, and a lot of dales. There's a joke there somewhere, like a lot of glens, like Glenn the guy, Dale the girl. It's not really a funny joke. This is the Watches Warnings and Advisories. This is the thing for holiday travel. Gets better tomorrow and the next day, but the next 36 hours, and then you got big wind and you got ice. Yeah, everybody else looks pretty solid. Sacramento Airport might be having some issues with valley fog. I haven't checked them. These are the 6 to 10 day outlooks. Okay, above average temperature. That makes sense because of the ridge, right? I'm thinking back to the models. And this makes sense below average because of the ridges too. Earthquakes. Had a good sized wind yesterday, over a 5 up in Alaska. Wasn't huge, but it was big. These are all the earthquakes on the Pacific Ring of Fire that are over 2.5 in the last day. So that's pretty good. I mean, 2.5. So let's see, we got one in San Gregorio fault zone, and it is, let's see if I can get it to play up. Maybe it'll show up. It's not doing it. Oh, there it is, but southeast of Gilroy, I can't see it. That's under a 2.5 or over a 2.5, so I didn't feel it. This is the surf report. And then this big area here, this is today. This is kind of today. And then this is down the road. That's what we're looking at. It swells kind of small today, you'll see. It's small everywhere today along the West Coast. But then that guy, look at that thing opens up. So somewhere around the weekend, end of the weekend, into early next week, when you guys have to go back to school and I don't have to and I can go surf, the swell looks pretty good. And then this is Ocean Beach. Tides are funky. Anytime you see we used to call these guys, I always thought it was funny. I guess, I don't know, maybe it's inappropriate, but we used to call them, in the old days we called them janitors because they look like janitors, the stand-up guys, right? Because the broom looks like, the paddle looks like a broom. We thought it was funny. I don't know what they call them now. Probably, I don't know. But they're interesting. You know when they get in trouble, when it gets big, they get in trouble. And when it's hard to, those boards are giant. And when the wind blows, they get in trouble. It's hard to keep position. Even though they have a paddle, they're getting blown around because they're like a giant sail sitting on top of a sailboat. Waves look real small, really small day. That's Ocean Beach, San Francisco. Nice day though. Go stroll the Great Highway, I guess. This is Malibu. And they're groveling. We would call that groveling. But they're happy. Malibu, swell comes up in Malibu. Yeah, probably comes up Sunday, Monday. Mount Shasta, let's do a quick fast forward look on that. 2 hour loop. I think I hit everything. Weekend. Looked at the new live camera, that area between Pitt River and McLeod River Basin. How Glendale got its name? Yeah, and we looked at Mammoth too, which I enjoyed a lot. This is, ooh, it's back. This camera had gone away. This is Mount Whitney, and you can see the snow. And again, Mount Whitney goes, what do they do? I think I wrote it down, 14.5. 14.5, yeah. 14,500 feet. That's also, that, you know, like Lassen's just over 14, but looks way taller, right? Why does it look way taller? Because it stands alone in the basin. These are all over 14. These are all over 13, but it doesn't look that tall because they're all over 13. So it's all perspective. This is Heavenly trying to make snow. And there have been a lot of snowmaking going on up there. Let's see if I got this. That's Heavenly. North Star, pardon me. Let's see what we got. We see some snowmaking going on here. A lot of snowmaking going on up in Tahoe. The temperatures, I think they put a temperature on here, 40 degrees. Maybe they're not snowmaking. Wow. See, 40 degrees right now. Wow. That is pretty warm, isn't it, in North Star? Huh. That's really warm. This shot's kind of cool. This is Farallon Islands right now. Sun's out. That never happens. Farallon Islands could be the foggiest place in the world. And a nesting island, right? One of the main flyway nesting islands for marine birds, you know, for seagulls and puffins and cormorants, just because the predator level is low because you're on a rock island. They did have a problem with rats out there eating the eggs for a while, but I think they did a number on them. And then this is Venice Beach. Venice Beach today, 75 degrees. Looks like a good day. And again, whenever I look at this camera, it's like, I got to go do something. Look at everybody's doing something. I'm not doing anything. Dude's crushing. I do have a thing, like, see this guy here? He's working out, but he's cool. But when guys rip on the bike path, like today's kind of a holiday, but that's a bike path, right? Here he comes. But you got little kids and people with walkers and wheelchairs. So when Lance Armstrong goes through, I'm not saying he's doing that, but I see it a lot. Like, I was riding the Golden Gate Bridge the other day, and we'll have to talk about this sometime. But yeah, it's just like he's working out, which is cool, and it's actually not that crowded, so that's fine. But when it's busy, dude, just bring it back. If you dial it back a little bit, man, take it out of the big ring. Be courteous, because I was on the bridge. I like to ride the Golden Gate Bridge just because it's so pretty, obviously. But when they push you over into the passenger, because sometimes they double down, they put the bike lane next to the on the walking lane. That is on the weekdays, and on the weekends they put the bike lane all the way over on the other side, on the west side of the bridge. But this was a weekday, and so we're all crunched into one place, and dudes on bikes, and you're going, but it's not that wide, and guys are going really fast, and rental bikes, what do you call them, electric bikes, things like that. And people do get hurt, but it's like, you guys, I mean, I bike a lot, but it's like, don't blast through people when it's crowded, because they can't see you because their backs are turned to you. And I know, like, they're on the Strava thing where they're trying to break a time or something. Like, this guy's cool. He's just getting it done, right? I got a little bell on my bike. I ding. Oh, look at the guy with that little dog. Look at the little dog there. Well, that's some stuff. What the hell? Okay. I got a little dog too, man. Okay. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, I hope I floated your boat there. Yeah. I got a list of things. It's funny. I got a list of things here that I'm supposed to do as a YouTuber. Like, things like, you are the only California meteorologist doing this. Use your extra unique advantage. And then they give you all these things. I'm like, I can't. My unique advantage is I don't care. I mean, I care. I do care, but that is a unique advantage. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Happy Thanksgiving. Oh, no. I won't see you tomorrow because it's Thanksgiving. Yeah, duh. Maybe I'll see you in the water. I'm going to go jump in the water real quick. See you back here.